What's up, y'all? My name's E-Trill. If you didn't know, I'm an all-around artist. I shoot photography, direct visuals, I even star in my own short films. But sometimes, all that doesn't really pay the bills. So a few years back, I had a job at a hurricane impact windows company, and I'd have to go door to door, basically trying to get people to sign up. So one day, I was out in Richmond Heights, it was in Miami, and it was a hot, sunny day. I was walking down the street, and then I heard something from the other side of the street. And I look, and it's some people tapping on their window. They're knocking on the window, and they're like motioning me. They're like, come here, come here. And at first, I thought they were like messing with me, so I didn't really pay it too much attention. But they kept banging on the window. They kept knocking on the window, and they're like, come here, come here. And it was two people. So it was pretty loud. They were both knocking on the window. Now, I know what y'all are thinking right now. You're thinking, oh, that's a red flag. Like, you should not go over there. But in this job, we were taught that if someone wants to talk to you, then you need to go over there because that's what leads to a sale and making money. So I went over there. I was like, what's the worst that could happen? And I get up there, and she has a gate around the yard and then one of those little burglar bar gates on her window. So I reach through it and I knock on the door, and then the door opens, but it opens very slowly, and I don't see anyone there. So I'm like, all right, it's a little weird. Hello, is anyone home? And then I just see this head pop out from around the window, and it's this elderly lady, and she's just smiling at me and staring at me. And I was like, ma'am, are you okay? What's going on? And then all of a sudden, she screams at me. She's like, get the off my porch, and slams the door right in my face. And she slammed the door so hard that it knocked the burglar gate open. And so at that point, I was like, all right. It caught me a little off guard at first, but in this job, going door to door, I dealt with a lot of types of people. I've been cussed out, I've had guns flashed on me, I've had police called on me several times. So someone screaming at me didn't really faze me. I was just confused because I was like, why would you tell me to come over to your house and then cuss me out, tell me to leave? So I just kept going. I went to the next house, I kept working, and then from behind me I hear these kids like shouting at me. And so I'm like, man, what is up with this neighborhood? But I go and talk to them, I turn around and talk to them, and there's some like young teenagers, like 4 or 5 kids. They got some bikes, they're on bikes, and they're like, Miss Robinson is mad at you because you left her gate open. And they point to that old lady's house again. And then I was like, yo, I closed the gate, like, look. And I point to it, the one around her yard. But they're like, no, not that gate, that gate. And they point to the burglar bars. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going back to that house. I'm not walking up to that front door again after what just happened. And I was like, why don't one of y'all just go and close it? They seem really unsettled, and they're telling me that this lady lives by herself because her husband died years ago, and now all she does is spend her time doing voodoo on her husband's ashes. So I was like, wait. Because I saw two people in that window. So I asked them again, I was like, you sure that she lives by herself in that house? And they're like, yes, she lives by herself, and what she does is she tries to lure people into her house to try to get a sacrifice to bring her husband back to life. So at this point, I'm like, what is going on here? They also said that late at night, she gets out of her house and just starts walking around her front yard and backyard. Like weird stuff, bro. I don't know what they're trying to tell me. Because I know what I saw. I saw two people in that window, knocking on the window. But like, looking back at the house, the lawn was really overgrown, and like on the house, the paint was chipping off. It was like falling apart. So if there was someone else living there with her, I feel like they would have taken care of the house a little bit more, not let it get to that state. But at that point now I'm like contemplating, I'm like, are these kids trying to pull a prank on me? Is this woman like have some mental problems or something? I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to just figure it out. And then at that moment we just hear BOM! And then we look, and the lady busts open her door, and she's screaming again. She's walking out of her house. So me and the kids, we all just look at each other, and then we just take off down the street, running down the street. And I wish I could see how it looked, because it's just me running with this bunch of kids. They're on their bikes, all that. And thankfully it was like the end of the shift, so my manager was driving around looking for me. And I saw him, hopped in the car, and then we took off from there. I don't know, man. I was really creeped out that day. The way she opened the door and just spazzed out on me like that was definitely not normal behavior. And I could have sworn I saw two people in that window. But who knows? Maybe I was tripping. What do y'all think? Was it some kids just trying to play a prank on me? Was it supernatural? Or did I just have a minor heat stroke out there in those streets? Let me know what y'all think. But anyways, thank y'all for watching. I really appreciate all of you that do come into this and everyone who takes the time to actually watch through the video. So thank you. And as always, keep it trill.